What's up, you guys? Steven the Nightmare here. Happy Fuckmas, everybody. What's Fuckmas, Uncle Steve? Fuckmas is we don't give a fuck, son. Me, I don't give a fuck every day. It's like every day is Fuckmas for me. I got the Fuckmas spirit. Happy Fuckmas. So I got out at like 9 today because we closed at 8 and there was like nothing going on. So I got a minute to talk. I have decided... listen, I believe that the brief lecture of the Nephilim video was not uploaded onto my page. I am not made of stone, despite my lizard hide. So I will acknowledge that, yes, I do need to post that. The links are already up. I'll have something in the description that just says go to the links further down from like a day or two ago, and they'll still be there. There is actually a quote from someone who was referencing, the basilisk from Harry Potter, actually. It said that it was, in fact, a snake-like lizard-ish. Hold on a sec. Here's the thing, you guys. I'm technically on my property right now. If I was walking, I would not smoke myself with guns on the sidewalk, because you can get a $100 ticket for that, at least. They do say that at Richardson's. So don't worry. This is your own property. The only reason I tell you that is because I know that things bother your anxiety. Because they do. Something I also like to do is I talk to autistic kids, actually. Because I say, hey, dude, let me throw you a bone here, man. You like Lord of the Rings, right? Those big-ass elephants were actually real. I'll have a little bonus link for that. But yeah, there was like all kinds of weird mastodons and elephants that had tusks on like their friggin' chins. Like, seriously, like tusks on their actual chins. Mastodons and platodons. Just woke creatures like that, man. So basically what I do is I do that, just like I explained the Nidhogg, which does need to be addressed because they are begging me upstairs to do it. But basically, whoa, shit. Basically, it's like a frilled lizard as opposed to an iguana. A 3-foot iguana will weigh 45 pounds. A frilled lizard weighs 1.5 pounds. And can run 30 miles an hour. It had legs. Just like forerunners of fucking dinosaurs. Don't be a fucking dick, David. We're going to talk about Roseanne a little bit. Shut up. I'm going to give a big shout out to, what do they call it? Scumhouse Entertainment Online. I'm going to give a few shout outs, actually. The first one I'm going to give is to Scumhouse. There is one short where they debate about a guy, Stina's dad, going to hell, the Christian hell, and he's a Jew. Don't worry about it. It's not to pick on Jews. Okay. South Park got that one extremist named Eric Cartman. Well, everybody else was calling him that. Yes. The next one I'm going to give out to is to Vivzy Pop. I'm going to do this exactly like Kaz G and Nostalgia Critic, actually. For Hasbin Hotel, which is getting an A24 studio release from the guys that did, I believe, Nope, the Travis movie that I talked to you about. And there's online show that you can watch for free, full-length episodes, like 20 to 25 minutes, called Hell of a Boss, actually, which is exactly what I always wanted, is Invaders In with Demons. That's awesome. The guy, Zim, Richard Horvitz, actually does a character on the show named Moxie, who is played off like a simp to some of the other guys, but, he's like a very good, like, assassin, like, with a sniper rifle and military on the computer, which is what I mentioned in, like, one of my other videos I'm posting. But yeah, I'm going to come to you. I'm going to beseech you for just a second, to my walkers. If you are receiving this, it is basically like Aliens Hive War, which is the last thing I'm going to leave you. These calls were not meant for human beings, but they were received nonetheless, which is why I gravely criticize my duns. There's one other guy that might not be with us, named Anthony. Let me put it this way. I'm not going to bother you for a friend request. You send me one, and I'll prove it. You decide if you want it on your Facebook page. If you don't want me as a public friend, fine. But I would really appreciate it if you spread my stuff around. Some of it is legit. I am looking for a recruitment to talk about the stuff with. Actually, I'm going to see if other people would like to be in videos with me. Actually, I got a buddy from work that might want to be in a video with me. I'm going to propose the idea later on tonight. If not, we're definitely going to talk about the plutonian alien and the basilisk tonight, because everyone's asking me to do that. And I'll have another video recorded about the Nidhogg. I might put it up tomorrow or later on tonight after. Not sure yet. I like to draw out a small syllabus about the basilisk, because there's no such thing as it. Well, it is technically classified. Hold on. A little bit of cold race going on. It is technically classified as a reptilian alien. It is. But it's basically like the deep ones from the Cthulhu mythos of Dagon, actually, which is the severe fish-tailed god that I talked to you about. There's no such thing as Nibiru. It's called Pluto, actually. Yes. But anyway, I'm looking for serious folks. Okay, if you come to my page with a pentagram instead of a pentacle, you are making the most dangerous mistake next to friggin' Warner, the MonsterVerse Godzilla, calling Baphomet Mohammed. It was Mahomet, actually. That is also a very dangerous mistake. Listen, come here. I'm going to woke your ganja complex without the devil a little bit. You see this? This right here has got the loop that ties the chain on the top. That's how I can tell it's fake. If you tried to clip that thing on upside down and I see the fucking ring in the bottom, I'm kicking you out of the circle. No, I'm not. If you're going to be reformed, you're going to be tested a lot. If it has a theta brainwave of about 35%, it's a human being. Nidhoggs are human-like Godzilla and Space Godzilla might have had human-like sentiments. Okay? 17.5 and above, because theta is the conscious brainwave, it is a woke animal like an elephant or an ape, or some of your hero dogs and cats. And I'll throw you a bone about horses. We'll talk about that later. 13.5 and less, under 17.35%, it is legally an animal. Plutonian alien actually tastes like, it's like biting into an apple that's flavored like chicken, actually. The stuff that I was sent in a box was actually overcooked, which is what I told my duns, which is how I found out that he was a Plutonian alien, which is reptilian gray. You ate my mom? And I said, listen, I didn't know what it was when they sent it to me. I didn't eat her out her box. I ate her out of a box like Arby's, you nutsack. Your move, dude. This is all just science fiction. If I get bothered by this, I'll take it down. Listen, the cops up here are actually really nice. Like one time, they actually stopped me because I was like getting stuff out of my bag. And they said, hey, what's going on, dude? And I said, oh, I just didn't want to bring my backpack inside. I'm just like getting smokes in my coffee. I had Starbucks French vanilla because apparently I like French vanilla. But anyway, he's like, oh, you didn't want to bring it inside? I was like, no, I didn't want folks to think it was like a gun in there. Just tell them that, you know, just like in the nice, most flaccid way possible. Just tell them that because they will work with you. The cops up here are actually very nice. Look, I get it. Who is a walker and who's not? I don't know. There's a guy who is in my circle who has a code name Sheriff Andy, and I'm not obligated to tell you, I'm not permitted to tell you his real name, unfortunately. But he comes to you as a character from Young Gary, actually, the reptilian movie, which has great creature designs. It does. I'm sorry the CGI was so undercut with the budget, but the actual renderings of the creatures, like your Atari Pipeworks Godzilla games, actually blew my mind. I thought Young Gary was a huge improvement. It was. But anyway, we're going to talk about the Nidhogg too. We're going to talk about my family crest. So, here's the deal. Again, if I see that shit, it's basically like Ronald McDonald on Super Mario Logan, actually. Yep. One of these things is not like the other. If that fucking hoop is listen, it needs to scissor up here. Sorry to use a lesbo joke. For you Pornhub guys, I'm sorry. But listen to me. That's how I can tell it's fake. You're not coming in if you have that fucking shit here. Which is another thing I tell a guy. The whole point of me doing this, like I said, is to explain how a soul can exist with theta band emissions. Fifth dimensional power is stronger because it's not a physical state of matter. It is a wavelength, like gamma and ultraviolet. Yes, that is why God always wins. Because even if you kill him, he has a higher wavelength that can manipulate physical matter, such as Phoenix energy, which is basically the difference between a shimmer and a fog from John Carpenter. The shimmer from Annihilation is actually a dead reptilian alien. Some of them are splice of birds, are supposed to be sabbats, you know, which has a chip that only has a couple of emotions in it. It has to fail a rice purity test for elephants. We use bugs, actually. We use a giant Japanese hornet. The Japanese giant hornet is actually the largest stinging flying insect in the world. They actually have shown how it can be up to 5 inches long with an asshole stinger the size of a wood screw. Actually, they actually have documented that a single lone giant hornet, which is a type of subspecies ant, is capable of killing up to 300 adult-sized worker honey elite bees in under an hour. Imagine that thing the size of Allosaurus or Saurophaganax, actually Fragilis or Phaganax, which is also called Allosuperior, which would literally be a 30-foot long Honda XL 1800 motorcycle with the skin height of a dump truck with an asshole lance blade stinger the size of a flagpole. Actually, that is the most nihilistic woke image I have ever seen. Coyote Peters, or whatever, Brave Wilderness, the coyote guy from Brave Wilderness, I'll have a link to. I'm just throwing you guys links. I'll send you a couple of jokes too. Said it was one of the most painful stings in the whole world. Ours is actually gray with black stripes and orange eyes, because we're going to talk about Abaddon. Abaddon is Lucifer's replacement. Lucifer can read. I'm sure he knows what you're saying about him sending a false Christ. Yes. The idea is this. Abaddon is the son of Lucifer, actually, who is technically supposed to be God of Earth. Yes. The whole point of Jehovah as opposed to Yahweh is to tease Yahweh about things they used to do with Chinese dragons, that they throw garbage bags in the water to piss them off so they become. So that's how Jehovah teases the actual Yahweh. And Adonai, yes, it's meant to be a joke. They said they haven't really done that for like 600 years. But anyway, no offense. Gene Simmons has got Gorgo in his boots. Godzilla is looking for his kid. Like the Nuriel in his bundle. This is my child. Her name is Morrigan Chase. She is my god, actually. She's the god who actually showed me your god, actually. I got her a lot of these books, and like she said, look, they're great, but you don't actually need that. Paganism is an unorthodox religion. She goes by Jessica and Rebecca, actually. Yep. But anyway, look, I'm looking for a serious high-level team. If you guys are reading this, and you can hear me in your thoughts, you are more woke than you think. We're not going to talk about your IQ. Personally, I should think that you're A, B, C, and D. Because maybe you got a D because you weren't trying hard enough because you're worried about a fatal lie detector test, or maybe you're worried about just, people watching your thoughts. David. But anyway, as I was saying, it might as well just be that, because you have incentive to try harder. Actually, you show potential, but you struggle in the field. Mr. Will Smith's kid. What was that after there? Fun fact. On Mars, reptiles and mammals are just separated by region, like Australia and South America, not time. Yes, there are mammals on that planet, and yes, humans are supposed to be from that planet, actually. If you can take the tail of a chicken and turn it back into a Compsognathus, you can actually put humans back to being Methuselah 900 years old or genetically immortal, which is a new mutation, actually. Yes. But they are often taller, yes. If they procreate with a normal person, then they are technically considered, they could kill them. Am I allowed to talk about that? Take a blows one nose, why not? All these guys are immortal. To use them for magic so they don't die. Dog. Thanks, Jared. Call me Dad. Dad got it. But anyway, listen, you're welcome in my circle. Christians, Jews, Buddhists. Listen, Buddhists are basically the other side of paganism. They talk karma. They talk about spirit animals too. Pagans basically can worship multiple gods. Animism, Norse. Jews do the psychology. Christians are the army. Yes. And then you have that Hyperion bullshit. No Hyperions either. No, I don't care. They don't want me to. I don't fucking know. I don't care. No fucking Hyperions here. Don't fucking bring that shit here. I'm sure that story about him turning into a wolf was completely fake and bogus bullshit. But no Hyperions here. Hyperion was also a titan, just like Saturn eating his son from Pan's Labyrinth, actually. You are woke. That is why I explain this. The fifth element is lightning. It technically counts as plasma. No, it doesn't, because there's water in the wind that makes convection and temperature that makes wind and storms. Fool. Because you have a soul, which means you matter, which means I love you by default. Okay? My altar sometimes is the gray owl from The Secret of Dim. Mr. Adonai from Head Welch's album? Why are they using a Jewish name for a Christian convert? You guys. I'll give you one more shout out as Vrano. Yes, don't pretend it's not accurate. I was just thinking, if we're going to be stuck here anyway, we might as well see what your actual Dante's Inferno says. I think you neglect to mention, Mr. David the Eagle, that virtuous pagans do not automatically go to hell. They just stay in limbo a little bit longer. And if you pass a test, they will give you a job because this is watcher science. Okay. Humans, we call them cradle humans. Listen, the continent is 7,500 miles up and down, 8,000 miles east and west. Fenrir is actually a biped that looks like a kangaroo, actually. Yes, it is the most intelligent mammal on our planet. The second thing under us, under you reptilian humans and us dragon nidhogs, is actually a Fenrir, which is like basically colored like a tauntaun from Star Wars, actually, with jet black mane, just like a lion, with a 12,000-pound bite square because it's literally 40 feet tall and 95 feet long. And yeah, Rain of Fire Dragons are real road and has two crests. The biggest one has a wingspan of like 96 feet, average 40 to 50, and they're like 2 tons. 3. 2. But anyway, pass the word around. Why? I'm looking for help. Your hive nodes, you're carrying a cure for a fungus in your brain. Cats and dogs are awesome. There's no reason we can't be friends. I have a saying I tell people, we are just like enough. We are different physically, but equal in value, and we are just like enough. It turns out we are actually more alike than you think. Nightermire out. God bless.